I want to give you an investment philosophy. Now, I have to say this before, during, and then after. This is not investment advice. I am not giving you investment advice, and I'll go further. If you were to take investment advice from a cartoonist, you would not be smart. That would not be a good idea. I do not invest above average, meaning I make no claim that I'm better at it than flipping a coin, because I'm not. I have no evidence that I am. And so I'll just tell you an investment philosophy just to think about. Just put it with all of your other investment philosophies. And it goes like this. And I've used this technique to good effect. I invest in companies that I can't avoid buying their products. Remember when gas prices were spiking years ago? And I would buy gas, and I would say to myself, if I had a choice of buying gas or not buying gas, I would not buy gas, or I'd buy something else. But I didn't really feel like I had a choice. And so I bought some stock in an index fund of gas companies, basically oil companies, and it did well. So I bought stock in a company, or a group of companies, because that was safer. It's always safer to buy a basket of companies than one, because I didn't have a choice of buying their product. And that's all I looked at. If you don't have a choice. Here's another one. Several years ago, I bought a bunch of stock in Apple. Well, that turned out pretty well, as you might imagine. It's up, 160% or something since I bought it. Now, the reason I bought it was not because of their P ratio, not because of their earnings, not because of who recommended it. I bought it for one reason. I own Apple equipment, and when I go to buy a new phone, I don't really have a choice. I mean, I do. I could switch to Android, but it's so much trouble, and it's not going to be a better product. I don't really have a choice. And now I've got this whole constellation of Apple products that sort of work together. They're on iCloud, and now I'm just locked in. So I bought Apple stock because I didn't have a choice about buying their products. Just yesterday I bought another pair of earbuds. If you haven't tried the earbuds, by the way, they're not for everybody. Some people don't like the way they feel in their ear, or they fall out or whatever. But if you do like them, they're one of the most amazing products I've ever seen in my life. Not just for headphones, but in all products ever made in the history of the world, the Apple earbuds are superstars. I mean, it doesn't get much attention, but my God, are those well designed. I mean, just crazy good engineering into those things, from the user interface, everything, the look, the feel. So I bought Apple stock. Recently, I bought some Amazon stock, not because I thought it was a good price, because it looks like it's not. The P ratio is way too high, etc. But here's the thing. Try not buying stuff from Amazon. Good luck with that. I mean, it's possible. You could drive to the store. You don't have to buy from Amazon. But in a practical sense, I kind of do. I mean, it's just so much easier, and the selection is better, and the physical store never has what I want. I don't have really much of a choice. So I bought their stock, and it went up. Recently, I bought some stock in Twitter a few months ago. Now, it's not because I think Twitter's earnings are spectacular, their P is great, nothing like that. It's just that if I want to be a citizen who cares about politics, I have to be on Twitter. I don't have a choice. Being on Facebook wouldn't get me there, right? So Twitter is another one of those companies that, for some percentage of the public, if they want to be engaged in thoughts and ideas and politics and stuff like that, they kind of have to be on Twitter. So I'm not saying you should buy any of those companies. So let me say that again as clearly as possible. Do not take financial advice from cartoonists. It's a bad idea. Yeah, Twitter's up 15% today on on lots of new users. So exactly what I was saying is that you kind of don't have a choice, especially going into an election year. If you want to know what's going on, you kind of need to get into Twitter. So I'm not telling you should buy any of those. I'm really not telling you to buy any of those. But follow that. And by the way, this advice I got from a billionaire. So the advice I'm giving you is the same advice I got from a billionaire. Now, I'm not going to name the billionaire. It's one of the famous ones. But in a private conversation, told me that he only invests in monopolies. Now, he laughed when he said monopoly because he said we don't call it that, we call it the network effect. Meaning that if you join Facebook, good luck going to Facebook's competitor because they don't really have one. Right? So he would invest, and this is an example, I think he's probably invested in Facebook, I don't know that for sure. But anything that you just can't avoid, he invests in it, and that's why he's a billionaire, among other reasons.